ಬಹಳ ಬಹಳ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ವಿಜಯ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ನನ್ನ ಬೆನ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾವಂತ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೇಧಾವಿಗಳು. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಫರ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಧೈರ್ಯ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಬಹಳ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು. ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು, ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಬರಬಹುದು. ಐ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇನಿದು, ಐ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಇವಾಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಹೊಸ ಶೈಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನನ್ನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಏನೋ ಸುತ್ತಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಐ, ಮೀ, ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಫಿಶ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ರಿವೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಈ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ನ ಅಂತ, ಮುದುಡಿ ಹೋಗುವ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾನು ಚಿಗುರಿಸಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರ ದಾರಿದೀಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೀಗೆ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ರಿವೈವಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಅಂಡ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಮೀ, Suman, I have this problem, I have that problem. I used to wonder why only problem areas are coming and attracting me. So I used to just talk to them, give them some counseling about whatever they can do with whatever knowledge I used to have before in my work limitations. And that's what happened. But later, when life coaching came into the picture, sometime in 2010, 2018, 17, 18, that's when I felt that this subject is a very, very beautiful subject. And e subject na nanu, I have to take it up. Life coaching is something that, even if for a person, if I can live for a day, that my life is well lived. ಸೊ ಸಾರ್ಥಕತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳಿತಾಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ನಾನು ಶೋರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ನಾನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಉದ್ದೇಶವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಗ್ನೈಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಫ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರೊಳಗೆ ಅವರನ್ನ ಕಿಚ್ಚನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹಚ್ಚಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಬಾಳನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮೀ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೀ, ಬೈ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್. I and my relationships, I build my relationships with living beings, non-living beings, money, time, people. Mainly, it is an exchange of energy we always share with people or money or time. So if the exchange of energy is high, like how I am enjoying talking with you, then this place is a beautiful place for me. This place is a very comfortable place for me. If the exchange of energy is not so good, it's low, then I find it that I'm not interested to be there. For example, if you go to ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟನೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಜನಗಳು ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟನೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಬರಬಹುದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ exchange has not happened to the good large extent. So low energy ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಲೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನುಭವ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಮೊದಲೇನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ನಮ್ದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು, ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವೇರ್ ಆಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಅಪ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಅಪ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ so many relationships which is woven around actually. So when so many relationships are woven around, any differences between anybody, any relations, be it uncle, auntie, husband, wife, child, whoever it is. So eldest of the family used to sit and just give certain gyan to those people and get them sorted out. So those were like, and life used to continue, and the next day used to be a new day and a new dawn, a new beginning. So everything used to be a wonderful situation then. Still, there were certain rifts going on. However, people used to manage that way and continue. Now, coming to the new world, what is 19, it is not 1970s or 80s we lived. Now we are in 2000. So how it has happened, the relationships have really taken a steep nosedive. How? So me myself, it is so that my family used to be a joint family of 72 and odd relations which we had. Now it has come to ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಜನಗಳು, ಇದಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳ ಅವರು ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೇಗೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಸಿಟಿ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ರುನುವೆ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ಸುಕತೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ವಲಸೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಟೇಕ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. And it used to be 2 children of mine. Now it has happened, 1 child is enough for me. So ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೇರಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮನೋಭಾವಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು 3 ಜನರಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಹೊರತು 2 adults and 1 child, it's indifferent, it's not an equilibrium, it's like imbalanced one. So ಹೀಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ನು ಹೇಗಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ child, hige, there is a lot of differences between this family itself, the wife and the husband. There are a lot of differences which is coming because of the stress, because of the new era of, they're running around the workplace. They have a lot of deadlines to meet, they have a lot of meetings to attend. Their timing is like, I'm working in morning shift, he's working in night shift. Lot of these time zones problem, and sometimes transfers take place. I work somewhere, she works somewhere, and differences do come because certain important important functions or whatever it is, sometimes parents may not be able to attend. ನನಗೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸತಿ, most of the time ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮಗಳು ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ that ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬರೀ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಮಮ್ಮೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. It used to happen that way because it was a stressful corporate life. So how do you manage this? So beyond this, now separation happens. There is no way of adjusting. They both loggerheads, they go, I want my profession, I have my money, I have my freedom, I. So with this iPhone, I walk away. With this iPhone, I can text and say that I am done with you, I'm moving out. So this is what is happening of late with the young generation. And finally, what is that is happening? I and my pets. The ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಇವಾಗ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಪೆಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೇಳುತ್ತವೆ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವು ಮಾಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎದುರುತ್ತರ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. They don't stand against me, they won't talk back to me, they will listen to what I say. They don't need my time, they don't need my attention. They know they just need some food. Anybody and everybody can put food for that pet at whatever time. So this is what is happening in this world. If you see that, the relationship survey, I just happened to see how much this is impacting. India was a beautiful place. It never had problems with relationships. Of late, with a lot of individuality coming in, lot of opportunities given to both the genders for at workplace or whatever, each of them take their lifestyle in their hands and they choose what they want to be. So they have the power of money, they have the power of individualism, and they have the power of selecting what they want, whether they want family or whether they want work, whether they want children or they don't want children. Because I have seen many couples, young couples, saying that, we have decided that we don't want to have children. Oh, wonderful. How long? No, for lifelong. We will live. I'm for him and he is for me. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದೋ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಂತು, ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ lot of differences between these people. What kind of things? Relationship ಅಲ್ಲಿ distance matters a lot, physical intimacy illa, and communication is something, because mauna is something. ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮೌನವಾಗಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಶಾಂತರಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ರೀತಿ, ಗಂಡ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೈತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಗಂಡನಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಅವನೇನು ಅವನ ಕೋಪದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀನು ಹೋಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಡ, ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಪಾಲಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಮನಿ ಡಿಸ್ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್. ನನ್ ದುಡ್ಡು ನಿನ್ ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ನೀನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡಿತೀಯ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನೀನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ನೇಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಚೈನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, ನೆಕ್ಲೆಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು, ವ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಡೇಗೆ, ಆನಿವರ್ಸರಿಗೆ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು, ನನಗೇನು ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದು, ನನಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡನಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಟೈಮೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜಸ್ ವೇರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆರ್ ಲೆಸ್ these are the 5-6 elements which really make this relationship go nosedive. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೌದಾ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಏನ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು ಈ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ, ಮೆನ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮಾರ್ಸ್, ವಿಮೆನ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೀನಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಜಾನ್ ಗ್ರೇ ಅವರು ಬರೆದ ಬುಕ್ಕು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮತ್ತೆ ಗಂಡು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪಾಶ್ಚಾತ್ಯದವ್ರು ಬರೆದ್ರು ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ everybody has to go through, read it before they get into a relationship of getting married. So identadantandre, women think completely different. Their priorities are completely different than men. Men priorities are completely different. So men look for, as you see in the screen, sexual fulfillment. Their priority is that, yes, I want a lovely wife to be at home in my bed. A recreational companionship. ನಂದು ನಾನು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನ, ನಾನು ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಜಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಪಾರ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಸೆಗಳು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವೈಫ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರು ವಾಟ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಕಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಗಂಡನಿಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇವಾಗ of late, many men, thanks to the modern generation of mothers, working mothers of the 1980s and 90s, people have really realized the value of a working lady and what she goes through, and they have given equal attention for the upbringing of boys, wherein they teach boys also, and boys when they come to some far off places and come to their hostels or stay on their own in PGs, they have started learning to cook and make a living and stuff like. So a lot of that is there, but still the support is that, can you cut vegetables, can I come to cook together, so together can we make a meal? This kind of a lovely together bond is happening. So appreciation and admiration is very important for a man too. So man needs, ನೀನು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನನ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ, ನೀನ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿದೀಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಂದು ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು women will feel that, he is not enough, he is not doing enough, he doesn't have time for me, and of late, it's too stressful for me, he doesn't show affection. So ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಗಂಡ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆದ್ರೂನುವೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಲೈಫ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರುವೆ ಅವಾಗ ಇವಳಿಗೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ತೋರ್ಸೋರಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋರಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Then what happens, this lady goes around the society and start chit chatting about her pains, her problems. This is used to happen, and that's what I've experienced in my work life too. And I was wondering, it may not be the true thing, but it is the true thing. It is what the experiences of me going through lot many relationships which come and share, which have come and shared with me their problems. That's when I realized, yes, these make sense a lot. So honesty and openness and sharing is not there with the partner. So the partner will share on only need to know basis. Yeah, that's fine. But no, the woman wants to know every detailing of the person's life, what is happening. So how much can a man talk? Because he's a very little speaking person. So he doesn't speak much. So family commitment is what? Every time you should also come, you should also come for everything. A man has to also accompany the woman. So this is what is there. So the needs of a woman is completely different than a man, is what in this book I read about. So now I'll take you through a one story. It's a parable which I will take you through how a relationship really can go in whichever way. So my experiences with my childhood has been pretty intriguing. A disciplinarian dad and a loving mom. Suddenly one day, before I could even know what is right or wrong, my dad passed away. My mom's reply to his demise was that he got a lot more dearer to God than us. I missed my dad. Hardship is all what I watched my mom go through in bringing me up. She got me educated, and I found a good paying job to lead a comfortable life. I soon fell in love with my male colleague, and we got married. Now hap- I don't find I'm happy being married. I would like to move out, but I fear societal gravities. Do I did I do something wrong in getting married? So when this kind of a client came in with this kind of a question, it was that I could see the personal childhood imprints were so strong. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ one ಪ್ಯಾರಾನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, it's just that the childhood imprints was that I find people selfish. That is, dad ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊಟ್ಟೋದ್ರು, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. I pretend nothing is wrong. She felt lonely. I can't forgive because she missed her dad so much. He's not there in her life. Life is a struggle. It's unfair to me. That's what she felt. I have problem in making friends because she and her mom were the only world, and the exposure was very little that, mom would have held her back in every other way. We do not know. I get irritated very easily, and I'm afraid of what other people think of me. So these were the childhood imprints when I really had to ask so many questions to go through, and these were the ones which I drew lines with. And then the teen and the adulthood beliefs which she came up with, it was like, growing up has been a big struggle for me. So she kept saying that growing up has been a big struggle. When, of course, when she has seen her mom struggling her to bring her up, this is what she felt. And it's been not easy to make money. She saw her mother toil. So she had this belief that making money is not easy. God hasn't been fair to me. So she kept saying that because you snatched away my dad, you have not done good to me. I'm afraid of being taken advantage of. I feel threatened those who use power on me. I feel I'm not loved, and I'm inferior in this world around me. So these are the things which she kept saying during her upbringing way. Now that she's married, what all she's gone through. So I am always in fight with my partner. My partner doesn't understand me. My partner makes me feel insecure. I keep blaming my fate. I feel I'm targeted all the time because fights happen all the time. And I'm not enjoying what I do. I'm not happy in my marriage. When these kind of things came in, this is a client who came up to me, and these were the lines which were drawn. So now you see how strongly the childhood imprints are there, and the growing up beliefs are woved around her. And how could her marriage be beautiful? I come up with this 7 hours with a relationship, how to have this. These I call them as secrets also. This is there in my book. Actually, I have written, this is an experiential book for me. This is a self-help book which I wrote. So it's very small book. It's a 100-page book wherein I have taken these experiences of one each, a very, very unique piece of experiences of women who have gone through the problems in their lives, and how this, if they work on these 7 parameters, things can much work better. And many lives which I feel very, 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 very happy to have touched and made a difference in their life. Aligning to the core value, the root is very, very important. That's why they say ಗಿಡವಾಗಿ ಬಗ್ಗದು ಮರವಾಗಿ ಬಗ್ಗೀತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So the root is very important to give whatever fruits it has. So that's how aligning to the core values is so very important. What I stand for as an individual? I stand for commitment, I stand for love, I stand for family, I stand for achievement, I stand for career, I stand for sports. Whoever loves whatever, so they stand for those values. So I derive these values by a set of giving them a set of things, and then I understand from them what are the daily rituals they go through as an individual, the person daily productive way of doing. Everybody does a monotonous way of waking up, cooking, taking bath, cooking, taking food, and just going, working, and coming back, eating and sleeping and chit chatting and just sharing. But that's not a productive way. A lot of productive practices can happen. So I take them through those productive practices as to what you as an individual do. And if I get another the partner, actually, if this can be worked with a lone single person, or if the partner is willing to take part together, I take them through the process of together these routes. So fixing the individual strong beliefs, very important, is to retune the mind. That is what she said. I'm not loved, I'm not being this, I'm not being that. Everything was a negative parameter. So ಮುದುಡಿ ಹೋದ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ, ನಾನು, ನನಗೆ, ನನ್ನದು ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಒಂದು, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ NLP ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ವಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರುಗಳನ್ನ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನೇನನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಈ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನ್ ಈ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಹೌದಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಹೌದು, ಸೊ ಹೀಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಕ್ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಮಾಡು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಎಸ್, ನಾಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಫಿಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್, ದೆನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ in a new way, that is erasing that, overwriting that, and writing a new code for your own self as to what I can do, what is that next. For example, I'm not being loud. It's a very negative way of putting it to yourself. So what I can do is I can overwrite it and say that, I am being loud, I am a lovely person. So when I say that I am a lovely person, I'm a loud person. So that is how you can see. So I can give a small story. A person travels from a city to a B city. He comes to a B city and he meets one of the most famous person, and he asks, I come from A city to this B city. Work has brought me here. So what kind of people are around here? So what kind of people live here? So the gentleman asks, what kind of a place you come from? Oh, I come from a wonderful place where people are beautiful, people are helpful, wonderful. I had a fantastic, place to stay. And now I have come to a new place. Here also you find the similar kind of people. So another B person comes, he says that I come from a B place and I have come to this place now. now what kind of people stay here? The elderly man says that, what kind of place do you come from? He says, oh my God, I come from a very notorious place, robbers, thieves, horrible place. The neighbors fight. I just don't like it. He says, you find the similar kind of people here. Now you see what is that the answer is that is how I make them feel that, how they can write the new believing the codes for that matter, how you can change the perception of what you feel is what the thoughts you give to your mind is the feeling you come with, and the feelings what you go through is what results in the results it will be, and the results what again back to the thoughts you have fed to your mind. It's an action which actually takes place in a roundabout turn. So it's the same way, and setting up a new path of letting go. The past comes all the time. It's like very clear saying that aura sari illa bidi yo hogbedi pa neevu sari illa avaru serle bedi, this kind of very horrible point people come and note up with, and those kind of things I say that let go of the past now with the new beliefs. That is, if you're aligned to your root beliefs, what are the root beliefs you have? Loving, caring, sharing, commitment, achievement. Are these any of these things which are going to which will be expressed here? It's not going to be. So then you're going to waste your time here. So instead, reset your mind, reset, and do not look back. Take your path to a new journey. So from this, I redesigned their thought process into a new way of looking at as a couple, as a family. Do I have to give 100% to this family as to what kind of a new direction can I come up with? What is that I need? What is that I don't need? What is my priority in life? That is what I look at and make them redesign the whole thing. And they draw up a vision board and a couple blueprint also, the stage set by set whatever they have gone through here, they will take these all as a learning process and keep them as their blueprint. So this is finally these are the things which I teach them in a very systematic way. Why this is happening, why it is required, these are all known to me. I'm not referring to one great or great books or great authors, and I'm not throwing any out of the blues here any of the words, but it's a very experiential feeling which I take them through. So this is going to be a kind of a life path which they take in the right direction. Every client who has come into my journey of searching that I'm not happy in my life has found a new path, and today thankfully I have seen and they have acknowledged to me saying that Suman, if that time if you had not held my hand, I may have paid you the money. That's not, the money is not everything, but the at that point in time if you had not come into my life would have been a broken life. Do I need to live that kind of a life? Why I should not be living that kind of a life? Why I should be giving it a try for this life, which I have to, because marriage never promised that it will be a bed of roses. Marriage is not a compromise. Sorry, it is not. Marriage is not an adjustment. No, marriage is somebody whom you loved. Marriage is somebody whom you married, but it's not that, how you managed to marry, but how you made love to that person, how you managed to take this life together. That is what it is. So that's where they feel very, very happy going through this. Anytime, any decisions they take, these decisions, are they coming up to the root? That is your top core values, what you're made of. Those 5 or 6 core values I ask them to take, and are they benefiting those values? If they are not, then you're taking a wrong decision. If these are expressed in the right way, then you have taken the right decision. So most of the time, the decisions which we take can either make or break our life. So in a hurry, we take decisions which can make or break our life. So that's where we have to be very, very careful about as to what is that we are sailing in this path. So ಮುರಿದು ಹೋದ ಮನಸ್ಸುಗಳು, or people who are on the brink of saying that I want to give up on my life, that is on my partner, ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳನ್ನ ಬೇಡ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇವರಿಗೆ there is a structured way of taking your life a journey. Can you give it a try? Will you give this? This is not, this is like, if you have to go to a lawyer and pay a fees to break your marriage. Instead, come here. I have a structured way of taking you through this process. This process, the journey you're going to enjoy. Learn this journey, see whether you are going to implement it. When you implement it, all your debilitating fears and beliefs and the old belief system, you will pass through and come to this and say that, yes, this is what I wanted. This is where it is. Now, every time every decision you take, come back and say that, have I taken the right decision? Have I taken this right decision? And then it has to fulfill my one of the core value which I have. If I have taken that decision, for example, that I am taking a decision to make a dish for my husband which he loves the most. Okay, I am going to surprise him today. I make it. I may not like the process of making it. I don't like to go to kitchen. I don't like to cook. However, I made the decision. And why? Because in my root, the core value was love. And when I had to, is it expressed here? Yes, when I feed that food to my husband, whether it is nice or not nice, trust me, for the effort I have taken, when I serve him with that, it may not have salt, it may not have sweet, whatever it is. He says, it is good. When I taste, I'll only know that what kind of a quality food I have served. So this is where it is. I give them an experiential way of learning, and that has changed millions of lives. I mean, many of the lives. And my motto is that I have to, in my life, if this is one life which I have got, I have to make it very purposeful, meaningful, and live for somebody else's life. If I can make a change for one person's life, imagine how many relations are woven around. It's not that one person's life, it is the wife, the child, and the brother, and the sister, and the mother, and the father, and that side of the parents, everything. The entire 72 and more relations are impacted by this one decision of mine. Am I giving it a try? This is what I have come up with, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to me.